Welcome back to Tom's Garage. Another beautiful day. Let me show you this right here. It's about 3 o'clock Friday. Look at that. The old thermometer says 91 degrees. And it is hot in here. Guys, I'm going to start this next project. I'm going to do a camshaft. On this Briggs. I've already got the shroud pulled off, and I disconnected the tank vent and the fuel line. I got to pull this engine off and replace the camshaft, because I adjusted the valves down to 4,000 and it was still tight. The battery's fully charged and it just will not turn over. It'll click and move, but it's gonna be another camshaft. I'm sure it is. I've already got the kit, all the parts I need. I got the crankcase gasket, the cam, and I got the new lifters and the valve cover gasket. And we're gonna delve into this bad little boy. Y'all just stay tuned. All right, man, let's see how fast. I gotta move pretty quick here. I got a lot to do. I just pulled the fuel tank just completely off of it. This is in the way. Got to disconnect throttle linkage. Set that out of the way. Okay, I believe I'm gonna take that carburetor just completely off. That would be the best thing to do. Unhook the fuel solenoid. Yep, let me grab some tools here. I need that, I need that. I need one of them, some of that. It's better to go ahead and pull it apart. The less you have on there, the easier it is to pick this thing up. I wish they wouldn't make it so dang difficult to get that thing off. Make it difficult. There it goes. Careful with the throttle return spring there. Don't get that all bent up. Okay, I'm gonna lay the carburetor up here and lay the screws with it. I'm gonna take this off so it does not get damaged, because we've got to pull this engine off and turn it upside down and take it apart. So I'm gonna pull that out and see if I get that spring out of there. There it goes. I'm gonna lay that right up there with it. Lay that right up there with it. And this little thing right here, it goes into the crankcase ventilation. This thing always comes out. This sticks in there. Sticks in there. Okay, now I guess the next thing we got to do is get that muffler off. I got a special little doohickey I use for that. I believe that is going to be a T45, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if I'm mistaken. Let's see if I'm mistaken. Nope. Come back here. All right, now we got to get the 3/8 back on there. Get the 3/8 back on there. Take that bracket off the whole muffler. And then we'll get this out of the way. Check on the gasket. It's stuck on there pretty good, so I'm going to leave it alone. Yeah. Get the muffler out of the way. We'll stick it over here. Stick it over there. Okay, I've already got the oil drained. The oil filter's been taken off. And that thing's on there really good. That's a 10 millimeter. That's not a 3/8. That's why it's stuck. Huh. I bet you. Give me my damn socket back. There, thank you. Yeah, we'll take the screw, bolt, whatever you call it. Screw, I guess, because it's a small. Stick it with the muffler. I've already got the battery unhooked. The negative side of the battery is unhooked, so we can come over here and Get the starter in. Ooh, I got lucky there, man. Usually the whole damn post tries to turn. And I've got a special wrench that I ground very, very thin that you can get back here and hold it. Don't know why they design it like that. Such a thin little nut on the back of that thing. I don't know. Somebody's had this off before. It feels like it might be a little cross-threaded. When I first diagnosed this engine, I noticed that the starter clutch right here was completely broken off at the base. And because it couldn't turn the engine, it broke that. All right, just had a customer come up, had to cut it loose. I tell you, you're wearing these cameras on your body like I got here, people seem to treat you a little nicer. They think they're getting filmed. Gotta unhook the electrical. These things here can sometimes be a pain to get apart. Let's see how this undone. Come on, baby. Just got to be real careful not to pull them wires out of that connector. Let me grab a couple of pair of pliers. Let's see, I'll grab a pair of pliers here to try to help. You don't want to pull it by the wires. Boy, these things are on there. Tight, tight, tight. Almost got it. Almost got it. May have to get a screwdriver and wedge in there. Ooh. Yeah, let me stick a screwdriver in there, man. That thing is tight. Whew. Using my fancy Craftsman. Look at there. Golly, this thing is in there. Come out of there, bugger. Ooh. Come out of there, boy. There we go. Yeah, look at all the dirt and crud and everything built up in there. Yep. Oh, we got the electrical disconnected. Oh, the fuel line, throttle cable. We got the muffler off, carburetor off. We got it torn down pretty good. I went ahead and pulled the deck off of this thing because it was kind of in the way. I want to be able to get up in there. And also, that little bracket right here that holds the belt on, I took a paint pen and marked it because, you know, you've got different holes for different applications, different engines, and that's the one that this one was in, so I marked it. So what we'll do is stand this thing up and get that crankshaft pulley off now. And you have to get that off. Grab the old trusty chain, find somewhere good and solid to hook it. You don't want this sucker falling on you. All right, this is almost about the same as the Troy belt I worked on yesterday. All right, let me grab my impact wrench. 5/8 socket. And get the air hose out. The air compressor, of course, is going to kick on, so hold your ears. All right. Oh, let me reach under here and hit that. Was on there. All that red thread locker was on there. put this over there. Well, that little pulley come off awful easy. That was nice of it. Okay, now we got to get a 1/2-inch socket and get these 4 self-threading bolts out of the block, and the engine should just simply lift off. Ooh, shut that thing up. I'm not going to use air. I'm going to see if this battery powered has the guts to get that thing off. Take them bolts out. And let me get a little bit shorter extension. That thing's going to screw itself right to the table if I start loosening it up like that. Slide it out of the way. Make sure we're going in the correct direction. Oh yeah. I actually took the lug nuts off my trailer with this thing, man. It is powerful. I just bought this impact about 2 months ago. I had a big 5 amp hour battery on this thing, man, but it was just so big and heavy. You know, I like this little, I don't know, that's probably a 1 amp, that's a 1.5 amp hour battery. It's just light. I like it. I don't want to have a sore wrist at the end of the day. This is my go-to tool here. My quarter drive socket set, and this impact just does me all day long. Okay. Now, there was only 1 bolt out of the 4 that had a star washer on it. Why is that? Are the other ones stuck to the frame? I mean, there was nothing else that would bolt to that. That is strange. No other bolt had a star washer on it. I gotta remember that for some reason. All right. Let me clear out space here. Get this stuff out of the way. Wipe that boy off right there. All right. We are ready to come out of there. Whew, this is the part I always hate. And let's see, I'm gonna lay on its side. I'm gonna lay it on this side, let the starter cradle it. Otherwise all the oil will run out where I took the oil filter off. God, these things are getting heavier and heavier. Grab a 4x4 block. Just a small one. That was a great big long one. That was a great big long one, but we'll take it. Let's spin it around. Oh, look at there. Put the damn dipstick back in it, boy. You already even took nothing off yet, and you already made a mess out of it. I pressure washed this tractor real good yesterday before I even worked on it, man. This thing was so nasty. I like working on things that are clean. I used to work on something, I don't care how nasty it was, I would wait till I was done to clean it. But I like to clean it first now. All right, get it off that spark plug wire. Put it on that bracket right there. Okay, now we can work. I gotta find my lost impact wrench. Whew. See, now the oil filter, I should have just left that oil filter on there. Drippy, drippy. It won't drip very long. It's so hot in here, my dang nose is running. And Now I got to find my other two. What did I do with them? Let's see, I had my other 3/8 right there. Pop this valve cover back off. Yeah, you see this valve cover here was leaking. Yep. And that's after I washed it. You couldn't get under there with it. We are ready to take the valve train out of that thing. That's going to be a 17 millimeter and I think a T20 or a T15. The 25. I've already got the. Oh, let's see. You don't really have to do this, but I just wanted to show you. Yep. A T20 and I believe a 7/16 or a 5/8. It may be a 5/8. It is because it's an American engine. Okay, what I want to do is just loosen this up. Get the push rods out of here. Just loosen the rockers enough. To get the push rods out. Push rod looks pretty good. It's not bent. This is the aluminum. This is the intake. The exhaust is steel. I'm going to stick them right up in here, so I'll lay more here. Yep, this is a lot heavier. This is a stainless steel push rod. Looks good, nice and straight. Okay, and also make sure you do not lose these things that just stick over the end of the valve. That was with the aluminum one. This one was with the stainless steel one. All right. Now we'll just let that be. Got them out of the way. Now when I take this off, the valve doohickeys ain't pushing on the lifters, and you know you can get that off the camshaft and the cam will come up. Push rods is what I'm trying to say. God, it's been a long day, boy. Long month. All right, I'm gonna pull the oil pump out of here. Pull that off. 3 bolts. You've got an O-ring under there. Let me pry that just a little bit. All right, there's that. And what I want to do is take that out. If I can find a good place to grab it. I want to get this drive shaft, the oil pump drive shaft out of there. That's what I want to get out of there. I'll just kind of lay this over there with the cover and the screws. Lay this out of the way. Let me grab another rag. Oily mess. Oily mess. All right. Now what we'll do is get all these bolts that hold the bottom half of the crankcase to the block. Maybe that O-ring will be okay just to leave it there. And well, all right, I believe that's every one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now some of these can be different length. Yeah, but somebody's had this apart before. They put red Loctite all over this thing. Yep, they're all the same length. I got to put these on the wire wheel and clean them out. I'm going to retap all the holes before I go cramming it back together. Put all the bolts somewhere over here. And let's see, let me get one more good look here, make sure we didn't miss any bolts. Didn't miss any bolts. All right. Rubber hammer. Ooh. There we go. Now let's reveal the super. Look at all that dust and dirt I got in there. That's all right. We're going to clean it real good anyway. That kit also comes with new O-rings, oil seals. I mean, so yep. There's little pieces of heaven. Yep. Look at there. Yep. I'll show you what that is. Here's the new camshaft. And what we're looking at is this. That is broke. Very, very common problem. When the engine is turning over, it'll bump that. And when it reaches 300 RPM or higher, centrifugal force would force that out. And now there's no bump no more, it's a flat spot. Yep. That's pretty good. They actually welded those lobes on there. Sure did. That's good. Well, that's the new one we're going to install, so. Whew. God, I'm so tired. 4 o'clock. This will just lift up and lift off. And this is your oil slinger. When the engine's running, this will dip into the oil in the crankcase and it will sling it all over the inside. That's why it's important to not overfill the crankcase with oil, because you'll just drown this thing and then you won't be able to get lube sprayed everywhere. And then this is your governor. This centrifugal force makes this come out and it will work this governor arm, which in turn works the carburetor. And this will set at a certain angle right on the tip of that arm. And then the crankcase, when you put the crankcase back on there, let me get orientated here, it will have an area here that the governor will ride and it'll hold it stationary. So it's not gonna walk over here, it's not gonna go anywhere. So that's how that is. Yep. And when you install a new cam, I've got the spark plug out, so this thing ought to turn over pretty easy. This is just an anti-vibration device here that it just rides. It's just a big weight. That's all that is. And there's another piece of the cam right there. Come out of there, buddy. Well, it ain't gonna let me. There it is. That is what rotates on the lobe. That will give you a little bit of relief from all the compression while it's just trying to crank it. And it just come apart, broke. Such a common problem. Yep. 2 little pieces. Now let me rotate this to top dead center on the compression stroke. If I can, and I will show you on the gears themselves. Watch them fingers doing this, boy. Make sure the camera can see that very well. Put a little squirt. Right there is a little dot, and right there is a corresponding dot. That way you know the cam is in the right place to make this booger run right. Make sure the lifters are pushed in all the way, and we'll just pop it up. See that piece rode right there, and it's gone. See where it was? Gone, gone. And there is the timing mark, and there's the corresponding timing mark. I did one a while back, and it was completely 180 degrees out because it had another mark on her somewhere, and somebody got confused. Yeah. Easy mistake to make. If you do it all the time, you know what to look for, really. Okay. Now I got to go fishing for parts. I see 1, 2. I could shine a little more light on that thing. There we go. We got to make sure we get every single piece out of this thing, because otherwise it'll blow the engine up. There's one part of the little weighted anvil on the back of that cam, and there's another little piece right there. All this is just floating around down in the engine. Just wonder it didn't cause any more damage. I'm gonna shine my light up through the cylinder and make sure it didn't score it up or nothing. The cylinder looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I don't see no obvious damage to anything. You'll probably see something I don't. Yep. Yep, there's another little piece right over there. Get rid of all this before I drop it back in there. Give it. There's another piece. Anywhere else? Take the lifters out, set them aside. On the bottom of it goes on the top. Let me just fish through here. That was probably all of it. Fishy. Everything's clean. Let me get my big head under here and look real good. Nothing. Nothing in there. I believe it's clean. All right. Next thing we're going to do is clean all this mating surface up real good, and then I will take the bottom half of the engine and put it in a parts washer and clean it, clean the surfaces of it. Yep, there's the spring I was looking for. There it is, stuck up in there. Oogly moogly. And there's another piece right there. But I'm going to take and put this in the parts washer and clean it real good. Don't see no more in there. All right. Then I'll replace the oil seals. I'm not taking it completely apart and replacing the flywheel side oil seal. There ain't no sense in that, because I'm not pulling the flywheel off. It's just a quickie cam job. Okay, let's get this little boy back together. I got the surfaces all cleaned and polished. Next thing is for the camshaft. I got the lifters put back in. There's the timing mark. And there's the timing mark for that. Gotta go in down there. Right there. There's that. Now I'll put the governor and oil slinger back on. Make sure the tip of this thing is on that governor arm lever. Okay. Now I want to clean that surface really, really good. That hit me right in the mouth. All right, and I got this cleaned up. Put that down. All the dust and oil from your fingers. Nice and clean and dry. And I went ahead and popped the new oil seal in. Let's see, I want to drizzle. Before I do this, well, something just fell off the governor. What was that little thing down there that just fell out? Little piece of plastic. We may have a problem. I don't know where that is, where that came from, or what. Huh. Some kind of connector or something. Don't know what that is. Didn't come off of here. Okay. I'm gonna go take and pour a little oil on this before I stick it in there. Money. Honestly, I got a little oil on the mating surface there. Make sure all this clean. Okay. Everything's oily. Now this will ride on that cam gear. Just like that. The lifters are in. Cam timing marks are right. Oil slinger governor. Okay. Uh-oh, incoming. Spray my fingers off again. Got oil all over my fingers. for the gasket. It's gonna go, gasket will go just like that. The little keeper goes there. The little keeper goes there. All right, we are looking good. So far, so good. Put that back over there. Pull that out of the way over there. Okay, now let me clean these bolts and I will be right back. Okay, I got all the bolts on the wire wheel cleaned up pretty good. I'm gonna go back with the removable blue. But first we gotta pop this thing on. Let's see, I need to make sure everything's in there. Okay, let's see, I got this thing twisted around. Goes around there. One more quick gander, because I don't want to take this thing back apart. Everything's in order. Make sure this thing is straight, not twisted. And what I want to do is work the lip of that seal around the shaft. You do not want to booger that new seal up. Work it on there. Give it a tiny, tiny tap. Tiny, tiny tap. Make sure that seal's going on there. Looks pretty good. Everything looks good. Tiny, tiny tap. Oh, seal's folding over. Ooh, that ain't good. That ain't good at all. Let me back this thing back up a little bit. Back it up a little bit. That is not good. Back it up a little more. Take a gander. All right, the governor is still on the lever properly. The seal's going down properly. I got to where I can't see good at all anymore. Okay, the oil seal looks good. Everything looks good. Well, she is almost all the way on. Gasket's not pinched anywhere. She's looking good. Looking pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is just tighten them down in a cross pattern. So what I like to do is number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 6. And then we'll come over here to number 7. And then we'll do number 8. And then we'll do right number 9 on this one. And then we'll make this one number 10. That way I know in order and I don't miss one. So what I'll do is just run it down a little bit. 1. I got that camera right in the way, I may hit it. 2. See, I just hit it. 3. 4. Yeah, that camera's right in the damn way. 5. This one's number 6. So let's hit the camera again. And then we'll hit number 7 here. I'm about to hit myself in the face with it. Number 8. And this one's number 9. And number 10. And everything is down all the way. And now I will grab the thing over there. All right, let me just tighten it down a little bit more, then I'll come back with the torque wrench. Six, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let me see here, 150 divided by 12, 150 inch-pounds. God, I can't even see these damn things. Make sure I got it set wrong. Here it goes. I think I had it set to 360. I'm happy with that. Okay, now we'll put the oil seal back in it. I mean the oil pump. Let's see, that thing is going that direction. And that is going, let's see, it needs to go over there. And that needs to slide in right there. Just like that. Clean this off. Where my little bottle of goo go? Put some Earl in that bad little boy. And then we'll put this back on. What do I do with the screw? Trusty little Craftsman quarter drive socket with a bench top socket on it. Listen to that. Yeah, ASMR. Look up. A little bit. There we go. Okay, there's that. She's back together. Back together again. Now we will put the valve push rods back in it, set the valves, and we ought to be good. Don't forget these little doohickeys. Right there, right there. Let's see, still what goes on the exhaust. Here's the exhaust right there. And then the intake is over there. Nope, that wasn't it. This is the intake and that's the exhaust. And it is going right that direction there. This is the stainless steel for the exhaust side. Make sure it lands on that lifter, just like that. And then the aluminum goes on the intake. Aluminum goes on the intake. Make damn sure it's on that lifter. Where you at, lifter? I can't see you. Oh, that's hard to see. Come here. Way down in there. There we go. All right, get your T20s out there. Loosen that set screw. This is so much easier doing it with the engine standing up like this. Grab my feeler gauge. Feel my gauge. Get it, boys. Bunch of ducks just flew over. Canadian geese. Those things are illegal to shoot. Trust me, I know. 4 thousandths. Is that a better angle? Okay, 5/8. Torx 20. I like to get it just on the loose side. That way I can turn the whole thing. That way that set nut is, that little set screw is really in there. There we go. There we go. Ooh, I got a customer. Money. Now we're making that money. Ooh, that's too tight. It's pretty loose. All right, guys, I've got to go help this customer. It's a little on the tight side, but I don't care. All right, and reassembly is just the reverse.